Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is a dry snuff review. This will be the number 3 spot out. Nope, wait a minute. Number 4 spot. This will be the number 4 spot, number 4 review in group number 3. Now, I do want to remind everyone that the groupings, like the series and dip, the groups are all in one playlist. Okay, so this is the number 4 review of group number 3. It is another Schmalzler. All right, and it is from Poschl to back. It is Schmalzler SF. It is in a 25 gram sachet bag, sort of a very thin bag. Not a small amount of product, though. Keep in mind, 25 grams in respect to a can of dip. A normal standard size can of dip is 34 grams and change, only 9 grams more than this. So there is quite a bit of product here, which is why the bag is as tall dimension-wise as it is. So on the front, you have the company logo and the name of it up top with a German warning label because this is a German product. And on the back, you have another German warning label with more information. Again, it is a Schmalzler from Poschl. It is the SF type. It is 25 grams. You have the barcode, another Poschl tobacco emblem, and then an address of sorts, which is 84144 Geisenhausen. And then it says made in Germany. So, what I do with these, well, what I did with the last one, I've only had 2 of these packages. I sort of break them up. I've noticed in this one, even more so than the last, the product is evenly spread. I don't know how these come. Maybe they come in boxes like this, like a dispensing box. I don't think they're being packaged on end because the product seems to be evenly spread through the length of the package. So I want to get it down a little bit. And then I am going to use scissors. Now these bags are notched. There's a little notch right there. But I want the smallest opening possible. So I am going to use scissors instead of cutting this. I'm tearing it with my hand, rather. Computer is acting a little goofy. I hate to say it. I don't want to bring bad luck to myself, but it is acting a little goofy, so hopefully this turns out okay, because obviously once using scissors here, I can only do this once. Plus, I use basically no editing, so it's not like, oh, and there's product on the desk because me rumpling that package up did not get it all down. Okay, so it's odd because I don't know if you can see that. It looks like the package has a liner in it, almost, and it's separated. Can you see that there? There's the foil, but then there's something else. Now, this product itself, I thought I had it figured out. I thought I knew what it was, but as it turns out, I don't quite have it as good as I thought I did. It's fruity. And the smell off the bag has a fruit essence, but it's also very dark, like fruit cake, with the fruitiness brought up a little bit. And I thought I had it figured out because I read the first couple of reviews over at Mr. Snuff where I got this from. But then tonight, to double check to make sure, I read a few more and they sort of counteracted the ones I had previously written. So now I'm not. I thought it was going to be a light citrusy, but now it looks like it's somewhat like the Doppler Day, the first one of these, the first review in this group 3, with the fruit brought up a little bit and maybe some citrus added onto it, but it's still the dried fruit fig. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out really how to get this out. I'm going to hit the pause button real quick and get the snuff spoon out. Back in a moment. And I am back. Just goofing around. Anyway, all right. And you know what? Now that I have the snuff spoon out, I realize this isn't going to really help me too much. Here, I was hoping to make this easier, and yeah, that's just not working at all. So I guess we're knocking this out of my hand again. Trying to avoid that. It's a really rich smell. Not a bad smell. It's very, very rich. So, oh, and the desk gets a little bit more. So it's pretty dark stuff, as you can see now. It's a very dark brown. I'm going to feel it. It breaks down pretty well. You can sort of feel the product, but it's not as coarse a grind, nowhere close to the Bernard products. Now, I am hoping that this is ease of use is like the Poschl Day product, because it was really easy to use, and I'm hoping this plays the same way. But that's sort of what you're looking at. I am going to pinch on this. Wow, the moisture level's way up there. Of course, I just realized right now that I haven't done any nasal snuff in like days, so probably not going to get out of this without sneezing. Wow, look at that. Just one? That's not too bad. Not bad at all. Now, Schmalzler, as I have said in the other reviews, and this one's no different. This whole group 3 is all Schmalzlers, except for one that is a Schmalzler Snuff hybrid. Schmalzler is a type of dry snuff. Moisture tends to be a little bit higher. The cut, the grind, tends to be a little coarser. But the big thing is it's hydrated with oil and not water, which makes the product heavier. So sometimes it's even to the point where it's hard to keep it in your nose. It will literally fall out of your nose. I've had it happen on at least one of these reviews. I'm going to do some more of this. Although it may make me sneeze. I'm not really getting the scent as much as I'd like. Okay, so the other always out through the mouth or you will lose the product. Okay, so the first pouched bag, the D from oh boy, here we go. I think I did too much. From Poschl, the D. it was not as rich scent-wise as had been the previous Bernard product. Both of them were originals, like the original Schmalzlers. The Bernard product was the original, and then the Poschl D was sort of their original. A lot easier to take than the Bernard product, but not as strong a scent. This, little bit harder to take than the D, but the scent is more in line with I'll be back in a moment. Oh man. And I'm back. Okay, so unfortunately I do not have the Poschl D in front of me here. But it was in a packet like this, only instead of orange, it was red. It is the number 2 review of this group. So on this playlist, it will be 2 back. It was Poschl's original type. I have a feeling I'm about to confuse people really bad here. And the review before it was this stuff. This was very rich, had a dry fruit fig scent going on. That's what I'm messing with here. The Poschl D, which was the next one, 2 reviews back from this, was not as rich scent-wise. It wasn't as heavy, it was very light, and it was very easy to take. I like this one a lot better. The scent was excellent compared to the Poschl, which was sort of like, it was almost like the watered-down version of this. But in its favor, it was very easy to take, and this really wasn't. So this stuff is sort of a mix of those two. It's got a richer dried fruit fig scent, somewhat like the Bernard product. It's a finer grind and a little bit easier to take than the Bernard product. It is harder to take than the D, the other bag product that was in the red. It's definitely harder to take, but the scent is much, much better. So I hope I'm not confusing people too badly here. I'm sort of keeping an eye on the camera here in front of me to see if there's any freezing going on. And I wasn't expecting to sneeze with this, to tell you the truth. So, all in all, I'm still going to go with that original Bernard out of them thus far. Although this was a better, in my own personal opinion, showing from Poschl. The scent was there. The D, it just wasn't really there. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't strong enough. It wasn't like the Bernard product that I had reviewed in the previous review. And in comparison to that Bernard product, it sort of paled. And it just wasn't. So, all of these Schmalzlers are heavy. Okay? You gotta sniff, which may be what messes me up. They have a coarser grind, but they're heavier, and you really gotta sort of uptick to keep it in the nose. That can cause problems, though, with sneezing, as you have probably already guessed. Now, the next one, let me see what we got going on here. The next one is actually a hybrid. It's a hybrid. It won't be until after the break. It is a regular water hydrated Snuff Schmalzler oil hydrated hybrid product. So we'll see how that goes. This one's good, but I'll try it again like later tonight or tomorrow and see if the sneezing calms down a little bit. It might just be because I haven't done anything in like, I don't know, it's probably been like a week. If it hasn't calmed down from that, I don't see myself needing 25 grams of this. It's going to have to bring down. The nicotine seems to be there with it, though, but it was not as uptick as the Poschl D. The Poschl D, yeah, the scent was a little bit lacking, but it was easy to take, and the nicotine was there. It's been the only one of this group 3 so far that I really noticed the nicotine uptake. So that plays in its favor, but scent-wise, still the original Bernard would be my go-to as far as like full Schmalzler experience, scent-wise. Anyway, so that is that. I will be back in 2 nights, which will be Tuesday, with a dip review. It'll be a short format dip review. And that will be Tuesday, and then I will be saying adios on Wednesday night. I will have a video. I'll probably throw some news in there, but it'll basically just be restating as to when I will be returning, because I will be gone until about the 20th. So, I do hope you all are well. Sorry about all the sneezing and having to reach around and check things and, the usual. I was sure that I was going to have some computer problems here, though. And it's sort of hard. I find it hard to record and talk and whatnot when at any moment I feel like the pictures are going to start freezing or, Anyway, I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.